USC 31, Michigan 13.
Yeah.
I was damn impressed with USC in this game, Dan.
Oh, I thought you were going to say I was damn wrong about this one.
Well, that too.
Yeah.
Yeah, that too.
Do you know how much it hurts me that I can't take a victory lap about some of my picks because I got the Oregon game wrong?
You had a pretty good week, all things considered.
Well, yeah, there were a couple of things that screwed me up at the end. I loved Auburn, and that game just sort of fell flat for my pick. But I had a pretty good week, all things considered, but I can't take the victory lap because of Oregon. Boo-hoo.
My thought was that Michigan's physicality was going to pose a real issue for USC.
Yeah.
And in reality, it could not have been further from the truth. In fact, it looked more to me like USC was the more physical of these two teams. If you had told me beforehand, let's put it this way, that somebody in this game would rush for more than 200 yards, I never would have guessed USC. Not in a million years, because this has been Michigan's brand. But it was USC. They were led by King Miller. They bullied.
Excuse you. Legendary Calabasas Coyote, King Miller.
King Miller.
Calabasas High Coyote, like yours truly. Continue.
I just thought the way that they were able to utilize all the parts was really impressive against what I still think is a pretty good defense, even though they gave up 31 points. It did not feel to me like there was a whole lot of resistance, and USC was able to do what they wanted to do. Jaden Mayava was pretty sharp. Obviously, they had the ground game going. I thought defensively, they were really, really strong in this game. So everything combined made me feel very good about USC and equally as terrified about USC next week with them going to South Bend to play against my Notre Dame Fighting Irish.
I'm a little
bit worried about that situation.
I think you're going to be a week behind USC all season long. Like, you're going to be out on USC after they lose, and then they're going to beat somebody that's pretty good, and you'll be like, I'm all in. And then they're going to lose to somebody, and you'll be like, okay, I may have overestimated that. Then they're going to beat somebody, and you'll be like, I'm back in, baby.
I've been a week behind everybody other than Pitt.
I know, that's true.
I was out in front of Pitt, like 5 weeks too early, but
well, you were out in front of Pitt, but like your out in front wasn't like, hear me out. They're going to bench Eli Holstein.
No.
They're going to start a wild card freshman.
No.
So whatever. Pitt's entertaining. That's great. Yeah, I saw Big Noon. Big Noon Saturday had a whole thing about how USC is soft and the West Coast teams, and they wouldn't be able to compete in the trenches with Michigan. They flattened them, man. USC on the ground played really well, and this has been a beat up offensive line for USC. I thought they did a great job through the air. Obviously, the best of Bryce Underwood is damn impressive, both on the ground running, and his arm is just ridiculous. And as they amass more weapons at receiver, they will continue to get better on offense. But there's still a rawness to his game, as expected for a true freshman. USC has a secondary that has been opportunistic these past couple of years. They've got good players in that secondary, and King Miller, I think, was a walk-on. I want to say he was a walk-on. It was straight up the middle of this Michigan defense. Like, there were big lanes. There were opportunities through the air. I mean, Mekhi Lemon's ridiculous. I'm not a believer in this USC team as like a conference contender and a fully put together team. But in this spot, at home, at night, against a Michigan team that has been somewhat lumpy this season, I think it was a great performance for them to hold Michigan to 13 points.
I thought they looked awesome.
They were really good. This was
genuinely
a great
awesome.
Yeah,
they looked really awesome. Really, and look, next week will be a different test. We'll talk about that probably on Tuesday when we preview games. I don't know.
Yeah,
but at least for the moment, I was floored by how good they looked in this game.
Yeah,
I did not see this coming. Not to this extent. I can understand them winning at home. They've obviously got an offense, but the performance we saw with the defense was just, that knocked me over.
Well, here's the other thing too. Michigan might just be average, right?
Sure.
That like it could be like, hey, USC is pretty good. The defense doesn't come to play in the way they should, and they don't have the depth to really do it for a full season, or if they have a bad injury here or there, they're really going to struggle. But Michigan hasn't been a world beater on offense this year.
No, but but Dan, in the recent past, when a very physical team goes up against USC, more often than not, that team is pushing USC around.
Sure.
I mean, that has been the rub against USC these last few years. So that was where I was coming from. That was the game I was expecting. We did get that game. It was just USC doing it to Michigan.
Oh, I agree. I'm doing a little bit of devil advocating here, but
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
they couldn't move Oklahoma at all in the trenches, right?
No.
That was not a game that they were able to succeed in the trenches against. And then Nebraska's run defense is garbage this season, and they were able to succeed against that. And Wisconsin actually played pretty well against them in the trenches. Wisconsin just has no offense, and I don't want to spoil if you're waiting to hear us tell you what happened in the Iowa game, but it's not like Michigan has proven a lot this season, but they've won winnable games, and tonight just happened to not be a winnable game.